really gonna be close, maybe. How are you today? And seems like rough already.
Wasting no time. I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited. Uncle's saying hi. Uncle's excited too.
We got the mushroom in Link's house. Fetch quest, anyone?
Yeah, I guess that was maybe for pizza, maybe? It's like a chiller. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I love my fungi pizzas. So yeah, this is the new standard mode. It actually renewed since V29, and this time Uncle will not guarantee to be giving you a sword. It could be any other weapon as well. What would you like to see, Mali?
I want to see bombs. I hate bombs, but I like to see it. Oh boy.
There you go, you called it.
This is actually one of my least favorite items to start with, just because there's not much room for error, but
Yeah, that's true. Still, it's very convenient to have in the end of this escape sequence, because you can bomb the bomb walls and grab the 3 chests. Of course, if you have any bomb remaining, that is.
yeah, that is the one trade-off, is you don't. If you're good with your bomb use, you don't actually have to worry about farming for any. So the back half of escape, the 3 items won't torment you, which can be a real problem for the other weapons because you generally don't have the opportunity to farm them.
And it's true that actually the bomb capacity was upgraded to 15, I heard, but they downgraded again to 10. Is that correct?
They did. The reason they did that is because they ended up adding some checkpoints along this escape sequence. So if you do happen to soft lock, you don't have to hard reset delete your file. Instead, it'll start you back a little bit further, depending on where you are, with little ammo, little magic, depending on what weapon you got.
That sounds legit. And both making it through the first chamber with the blue guard. Only Janthegun has still 8 bombs remaining, so we'll see how this goes.
Alright, does get the green guard with no damage taken. That's really good.
Seems like Janthegun has been practicing these bomb strats. Looks really clean up until now.
Yeah, that looked very convincing. And it's something you do have to practice, because there's a high chance you might actually get put in this situation if you play standard. And it's not fun to figure it out as you go.
And JamEvil also doing a great job there. But yeah, as Chad is mentioning, still the big challenge is coming up, and that's bombing the rat.
Yeah, that can be fairly difficult. It's best if you can actually carry the bomb and do some self-damage just to make sure you're in the right spot when it explodes, but the snake hallways can be really tough. Might not give you that opportunity.
Yeah, and the map has been found, meaning that Sanctuary also has a chest containing an item.
I'll tell you what, even if I know that's going to be the map, I check it anyway, just for the peace of mind.
I can completely understand that. So both runners staying almost to full health, so maybe the red won't be a problem as they can hold the bomb, but the snake room is still coming up. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to eat damage in that room. It's just not really worth trying to avoid them, and even if you can, doesn't always mean you always will be able to.
And the good time usually to end the escape sequence is around 6 minutes or slightly above. But with bombs, this would be extremely, well, not extremely, but pretty difficult to achieve, don't you agree?
Yeah, I would say so. It really depends on the weapon you get. Something like Fire Rod, that's very reliable. can make escape sequence a lot faster than it normally would be, compared to, like, say, starting with Fighter Sword. But Jan is making really good time, considering we did start with bombs.
Yeah, as Chad is mentioning, probably one of the runners skipped the chest containing a heart container.
Yeah, we're lucky that wasn't actually something required, otherwise it might be a bit awkward here in a little bit, but heart container, it's nice, but it won't be missed too much.
Jan having a bit of trouble searching for the key holding red again. Let's hope this goes alright.
Oh no. Okay, so Jan will die, but they won't start too far back, I think. I think they start in the sewers. Right before the sewers, yeah.
And JamEvil got it, and he still is holding on to 3 bombs, so no problem at the end of the escape sequence to pick up the remaining 3 chests.
Yeah, Jam was a little bit behind Jan, did manage to make up that distance. We do find a bottle with a fairy in the backside of escape.
Yeah, very convenient, since we can straight go to the sick kid in Kakariko Village and check out what he has.
Yeah, finding that before sick kid actually is visitable is always really nice, just for the ease of mind. Yeah, and that's one of the best things about this escape sequence. If you lose sight of the key rat, it can be very difficult to find them again. It does get it this time, though, thankfully.
Oh, Jan getting a double kill right there. And the book was found. We have literacy.
Ooh, that's interesting. One neat thing about early book finds before you actually get to the Lost Woods area is it opens up the possibility of a very early pedestal check. I would like to see that. I'm not sure if we will. Jam heading up here into the Lost Woods now.
Still very nice intel to have early on.
Yeah, the ped check, it's gonna be really hard to find a better time than now. Sometimes you might have the mirror when you're going to Skull Woods, and be able to do it then, but that's not guaranteed.
And the tree pool tier 2 having the small magic refilled. And let's see if the book will lead our runners straight to Desert Palace.
Yeah, it could. Jam did not opt to check the pedestal, so it's gonna be a mystery for now.
I think we're gonna get a lumberjack cave check from Jan.
Ooh, Jan, finding out what the bush crabs have bombs. That's amazing.
It's very nice to pick up before Kakariko Village. And there's the mirror in Blythe's hut. And the flute, wow, loaded.
Yo, there was the moon pearl too, it's crazy.
Ooh, shovel, that's something you really don't want to see in Lumberjack Cave.
Oh no, that's one of the worst things to ever be in one of the out of the way spots, like Lumber Cave, the pedestal. Fetch quest items don't even give you an answer. They might as well be big question marks.
Yeah, maybe just the mushroom on the Lumberjack Cave is still alright to see, because players know how, if they know how to do the fake powder glitch. I mean the powder.
Yeah, that's one of the more interesting glitches that's very situationally useful. That being one of the situations. Jan not checking the pedestal either, so we're gonna have to be worried about that for a bit.
And the mysteries continue. Bottle vendor, very nice refund over there.
Wow, 300 for 100. Sometimes that guy is not scamming people.
And the duck will be unstuck. The goose will be loose. JamEvil activating his flute.
Yep, 10 minutes, pretty good time to get that. Especially when you find the mushroom in the first chest in the game. That's going to make turn that in extremely simple.
Getting the Kuko clip there. Let's see what the chicken hunt has for us. And it's the red meringue.
That's a fun little glitch, I guess you would call it. I don't really like doing it anymore because sometimes you'll just be holding something and you can't actually open the chest if you mess it up. So I don't go for that anymore, as fun as it is. Let's see what Sick Kid has. The lamp.
Lantern, so no dark rooms will be seen this scene.
No, and it does make this this Death Mountain play they have open to now a bit more appealing, because we have the mirror, we have the lamp, we can rescue the old man, as far as logic is concerned.
Oh yeah, so Hera will be open and we have a fire source.
We'll be needing that hammer or a sword to actually complete it, but we can definitely get in there.
Yeah, good point.
Ooh, JamEvil just going for the race game, I believe. Not about to check. It says, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, it's a strategy very common in Key Sanity. However, some runners opt to do it as well in open and standard mode, hoping it has something good. Let's see. And it's just the small shield, the Fisher Price shield.
Pretty meh prize, but Jam will take it. Did go through the effort, spending a bomb to get that.
And the big 20 in the dam so far, and using the mirror push glitch to push away the blocks.
Yeah, will be interesting to see what this item is. Jam doesn't have quite enough bombs to do mini Moldorm Cave, so the bug net, my favorite item.
Now we can beat Aga.
Maybe if we get the cave, but we still need the sword to actually get to Aga at that point.
Yeah, we still need to get to him, but we could like fight him at least.
We could. I think Jam just realized they do not have enough bombs for the mini Moldorm Cave.
Oh, he's going for the Ice Road Cave first. And Jan piecing out, he's like, nope, no shield for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't go through the effort for the shield either. It's really not necessary.
And wow, there's the Cane of Samaria in Ice Road Cave.
Yeah, Ice Rod Cave, I may be wrong, but I recall from looking at the stats for this version, I believe Ice Rod Cave is actually one of the highest locations to have required item right now. So checking that, you can't get around checking that in this version of the randomizer.
Yeah, I've seen the wrong rod sitting there, the fire rod.
That's fine. Oh, what? No!
Vanilla powder.
This isn't supposed to happen.
And there's the Dev Mountain play. Let's see what Grandpa's holding for us today. Let's bring him home first.
Okay, Jan does have enough bombs if they do this well to clear out many Moldorm Cave. This would be interesting since Jam could not do this at the time. What is this guy? You see this guy up top?
Nope. Oh, the mini Moldorm, you mean?
What are you doing, dude?
Oh, he got it!
Awesome. Alright, not much payoff. Does get back all the bombs he spent at least, so that's nice.
And Jan might be forgetting he has his flute activated, so he's walking the long walk to ice, and there is the boots on Spectacle Rock.
Oh boy, it's a real tasty item defense quickly. And yeah, Jan probably just forgot he has flute, or he was so far away and realized that it was just faster to walk. It is a little bit quicker just to flute from that location, but safer too.
And as Chad is mentioning, indeed, the old man gave us a sword, so Hera is completable at this time.
Alright, that seems up to be a pretty tempting place, so Jan should be coming up here very shortly as well. At least I would expect. Alright, and Fire Sword Hera can be a little tricky sometimes. It depends on how Moldorm's feeling, since it's unavoidable to get into the crazy phase, and he goes pretty darn quick when he gets mad.
Yeah, I really don't like Fighter Sword Moldorm. I'd rather prefer a hammer, and we haven't seen any item yet in Hera. Very well executed bomb jump by JamEvil.
Yeah, if you have boots, you have a lot more vertical leeway with that bomb jump, so really putting those to use as quickly as possible.
So yeah, the two items being on Moldorm and in the basement of Hera. A very sweet Fighter Sword Moldorm fight from JamEvil. Moldorm goes down without a lot of problems.
Yeah, that's really nice to see.
And rewarded for his troubles with 50 rupees.
We'll come back in here to check out the basement. A few things did open up with that boot, fine, but it's always, in my opinion, best to just to clear these out while you're here. Don't get the risk of some actually being here, just because you want to save a bit of time. Oh, Bo was on the ether tablet, okay. I missed that.
I also missed that. Chat is very sharp today. Thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for keeping us honest. So, for the tablets, you do need the book, and you do also need the Master Sword at least. You can still check them, but without the Master Sword, you can actually get the item.
So yeah, let's hope for a sword upgrade for these runners in the Hera basement. That would be super convenient. And just a bottle with green goo, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, potion's fine. Green goo's fine. Could be very important. Much better than another capacity upgrade, for example.
Oh yeah, I really like myself some green goo in combination with the fire rod and Mothda.
Yeah. JamEvil better equipped for this mini Moldorm Cape now. They do have magic. They got a sword. They could do Kane Samaria strats. They could do just spins. So we'll be able to get this out of the way. Oh, Jam did not check the tab. That could be huge.
That might come back to bite him later.
We'll see. There is some opportunity for return trips to Death Mountain when you get the Titan's Mitts, the hook shot, stuff like that.
And another very well done fight from Janthegun at Moldorm.
Yep, Jan does clear that up. Still pretty even at the moment. Jam probably has a very small lead. Okay, that's hook shot.
Yeah, both runners having some intel that the other doesn't. Jam, or I think, oh no, Janthegun has intel about the bow and about the shovel.
Yeah, it's true. Jam did not check the lumberjack cave, and that could be something in their mind now because we did find the boots. All we really need for Aghanim is either a sword upgrade or the cape. Just a single European desert so far. Jan clearing out the Tower of Herod completely now. Where will you go now, Jan?
Seems that Jan is deciding to go for the eastern area. Not a bad play.
No, dipping into Eastern Palace might be a bit much, but just checking Sarashla with the boots, this really doesn't take that long. And it's 3 items, so I'll be interested to see where they do after checking this area.
Yeah, for all that we know, Dark World access could be here. Hammer? Gloves?
Well, there's a glove.
We'll gladly take that.
And that's one thing, if Jan goes to Desert now, they can complete it, which Jam can't do that right now.
That is true. However, Jan seems to be wanting to check Eastern first.
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad play at all. Normally you would like to save this, especially when you know where the bow is. It could be a lot more possible to just come in here and complete it at the same time, but...
And Aghanos Cave only having 50 rupees. And Jam deciding to put that hookshot to use right away, checking the east side of Death Mountain. Unfortunately being trolled by the death roll.
Yep. These tiny jerks. Somebody thought this was a good idea for an enemy to win the game. And it kind of is, but just not for the right reasons. But there are a lot of items over here, so getting this out of the way feels nice.
Yep, 8 items up for grabs, and intel on the floating island as well. So far, a big 20 in the heart container.
I'm never sad to see heart containers. I'll take them.
Oh, this early game? Surely not.
Ooh, Jan finding the blue mail in Eastern Palace. That's another nice safety item. Oh.
And there's the other glove upgrade in the Paradox Cave, so we will have Dark World access soon. But still, Aghanim could be on the table if flippers or hammer will not be found.
Yeah, or if that shovel actually leads to a required item.
Ah, you're right about that.
Yeah, that might send Jam back to desert to finish it. Also, equally possible, we'll just try and save that, see if Meyer's the required dungeon. Alright, Jan not finding much value in Eastern Palace aside from the blue mail. Alright, we'll be coming to desert. We'll be able to finish this up in one trip.
Yep, and JamEvil will probably be picking up his Titan's Myth soon.
Yep, and that does make me a little bit worried for Jam, just because the knowledge of where the bow is, it's going to be really hard for them to actually get now.
Jam entering Dark World, he's probably wanting to route in the Desert Palace if Meyer is required. Let's see if we can get a match check soon.
Yeah, he'll have an opportunity to clear that out as well. Just if you go to Meyer anyway, there's a few item locations there, so either way he should be good to go as far as completing that goes. Yeah, just some keys in Skullwood so far. I mean, the first one's nice, lets you walk to the right instead of having to go down to the party room.
Yeah, and there's our first item in Skullwood's piece of heart, unfortunately. And JamEvil holding on to the Cane of Samaria will make accessing the next treasure chest not really difficult at all. Very nice to have at this moment.
Yeah, this room is not fun if you don't have the Cane of Samaria or any way to freeze the Gibdos. They are persistent and they do a lot of damage.
Yeah, 2 hearts on Green Tunic. And big key, meaning we will be able to check out the big chest.
Yep, this is just how Skullwoods goes sometimes. It likes to jerk you around. Clear the front, okay. Go to the back, there's a big key, now go front. Where's the last time? You don't know. It's probably another key. This is another convenient launch up, especially with the boots. Does also give you that, ooh boy.
Oh wow, and there's a nice rod.
Yeah, that's not the right rod for that location, but it's a nice one.
Very nice find. If Turtle Rock is required, you want to see it early on so you don't have to look out for it. But if TR is a pendant, and it is...
And that is our green pendant.
Yep. I think Pod was another pendant. I didn't catch the third one.
And my eyes are too slow for these map checks. I always take a while to do mine just because I'm slow, I guess.
And there's the hammer in the C-shaped house. That means Ega will be off the table for now, unless Shovel is hiding something.
Yeah, shovel is the key here. Could be something, could be nothing. Most likely nothing.
Oh, and Fighter Sword Lemolas, also not a very fun thing to do.
Yeah, they do make you do this in the the base game, but Rando usually have all sorts of equipment at this point.
Oh, I'm so used to getting something, at least in Randomizer. It's like, wow, I'm so used to this luxury lifestyle.
Yeah. Doing well so far, they're being very patient, not taking damage.
And JamEvil opting to head straight into Thieves Down, and he will be able to access all the treasure chests since he picked up the hammer in the C-shaped house. There's our flippers in Thieves Down. Unfortunately, just 10 arrows on Lemolas, but being rewarded with a crystal makes it all worth.
Yep, yeah, I'm finishing up this dungeon. Does give him a slight edge as far as dungeons completed goes, but yeah, I'm also making a lot of progress in other areas.
And Jan setting up the fake flipper glitch. We get a Hylia Island check. Let's see what oh, silver's on Lake Hylia Island. Very nice.
Yeah, that would be something you would want to prioritize getting when you can. Lake Hylia location is well worth the time spent for the time the silver arrows actually saves you.
Yeah, for sure. And JamEvil holding on to the flippers will be able to pick him up straight away once he reaches that area.
Yep, sure, I might actually do that after Swamp Palace, if that's a crystal, and if they know the silvers are there. Yeah, I'm trying to get the reverse fake flippers from the hobo. It's not super simple. There's this one little corner you want to hug up against and jump off, opting just to save and quit instead of keep flipping with it. Probably a good idea. Yeah, and just pick up their powder.
Yeah, meanwhile, JamEvil making good use of the powder, powdering the anti-furry to get some healing done. Very nice. And as you've probably noticed, the tracker is having some technical issues at this moment, but will probably get fixed.
I'm trying to set this fake filter again. One neat trick you can do is if you just want to set it up and be done with it, is you can actually bomb yourself near the wall of the area, and it'll put you at the exact pixel location, so you can just jump off and hold left.
I learn something new every day. Thank you.
Oh wow, okay. Jan just finding the fire rod in the waterfall ocean. Did not have enough money for Zora, not even opting to dip in there and see what the ledge item is.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. Maybe he forgot about it?
Maybe. Oh
And
well.
there's a sword upgrade on blind.
That would be really good for Jam if they knew the bow was a Ether tablet.
Yeah, seems right now Jan is having all the intel while Jam is just continuing to like get through Dark World.
Yeah, so depending on how long Jam actually looks for the bow before going back to the tablet, and in my opinion, it's probably going to be a while, just because they have so much to do now. That could give Jan a really nice chance to catch up, even to get an advantage.
Yep, still, oh no, crystal-wise, they're both on 2 crystals at this moment.
Yeah, if Skullwoods ends up being a crystal as well, I did miss that if it was or not, but if it is, Jan did get the fire rod, so they could complete those back to back. We do find Quake and the hammer pegs.
And Jan finishing up East Death Mountain, gonna be really happy to find his Titan's Myths.
Alright, getting this back check. See if it is also vanilla. That is not vanilla. That is significantly worse than vanilla. Okay, well, one thing Jan can do that JamEvil couldn't do at the time is they can go straight to Dark Death Mountain, as they're doing now. There's another 6 items here, and we'll get info on the Turtle Rock Medallion.
That is true, and it seems that pedestal is as good as dead, unless if it's holding a medallion.
Yeah, if Mr. Mario is a crystal and it's a medallion, that Turok is not. Looking pretty bad.
A hype cave coming up. Ooh.
How's that? 3 out of 10.
And did we see what the floating island was holding?
I didn't believe it was anything important.
Meanwhile, JamEvil opting to head straight into Swamp Palace, and he'll be able to full clear it, so that's not a bad play at all.
No, definitely not. 6 items in Swamp.
And we got another map check. The last pendant is in Ice Palace, and I believe we saw the 5 and 6 crystals sitting in Thieves Town and Misery Mire.
Okay, so when Jan heads that way to Village Rock, has to be able to clear up Skullwoods, clear up Thieves Town, which will give them a small advantage. Something I would like to see Jan do is just check what the Misery Mire Medallion is, because they have the potential to be in Go mode pretty soon after clearing Thieves Town, if we have that knowledge.
Well, that is true indeed. And Jan opting to go straight to check out the Village of Outcasts, not checking Skull Woods. He'll be able to clear it, but holding only the Fighter Sword and the Fire Rod, a bit scary to face off against Mothida, I think.
Yeah, having low equipment is just one of those things you worry about with Mothia, because the fight can be very, very RNG heavy. When you have a lot of hearts or red mail or a lot of potions, it becomes a lot safer. Since Mothula does not take the damage when they get knocked into the spikes, the fight length can vary quite a lot. We'll have the hammer if they opt to use that, though.
Yep, correct. Hammer strats, pretty difficult to hit Mothula with the hitbox, but some runners are very well trained using it.
Yeah, if you can get above Mothula and just hammer them down, it's pretty easy, but the opportunity doesn't always present itself. Especially when you fire rod shot Mothula, she'll bounce up a bit. If she hits spikes, she'll fall down a bit, but if you're hitting her normally, you're not really hitting her down, so you just have to hope she cooperates. Jam is opting to ignore the left side for now.
There's another medallion, Bombos.
Yeah, we will see if Jam heads back in here. Seems pretty likely. I haven't actually been counting the items, but I believe they did find the map, at least, so they will have to come back in here.
I think he definitely will, because he doesn't have the intel that Jan has. He's still looking for the bow. He's still looking for Fire Rod as well.
Yeah, it's really hard to justify skipping that in that situation. I mean, certainly you could make the conscious gamble, just say, okay, it's not going to be over there, and at the same time, sometimes that will burn you pretty badly, but doing it here would be okay, since we know both those items are not here. Alright, Jam does take down Argus. See, they're heading back in now.
So at this point, we only need to know which medallion will open Misery Mire. If we find out about that, we could possibly be in no mode, I guess.
JamEvil will come up here to check the Lake Highway item. It's a pretty good one. Silver's a pretty good item.
Oh, he's gonna be really happy to see those.
Alright, well, hopefully there's nothing good in the left side or big chest in Swamp. Jam did opt to skip those. They seem like they'll be finding their fire rod soon, if they continue on this path of checking the flipper locations. Oh, well. Never mind. Okay, we will get information on the Mystery Mire medallion, at least.
And it's Bombos.
Okay, so potential for Jan to be in go mode in the next two dungeons is very high. It's just gonna know if it's just gonna be, do they know they're in go mode or not?
And it seems like Jam is opting to finish off Desert first and maybe come back later for Misery Mire.
Yeah, they could go in there now. I don't know if I would advise that, but they could do it. And the reason I say I don't know if I advise it is just because Green Mail, Fighter Sword, Nobo, Vitreous, that fight's kind of rough.
I'd have to agree on that. I would really like to see some bomb strats on Vitreous though.
Yep. Bombs. I don't think 6 is enough, all the same. Vitreous can take a lot of bombs. You wouldn't think it looking at him, but it's pretty durable.
I believe Vitreous has the most HP of all bosses in the game except for Ganon. Is that correct?
I'm not 100% sure offhand. It definitely seems like it though. I would hear that and somebody said it and I'd be like, okay, that's probably true.
And Ice Rod strats on Lamolus by JamEvil. Very nice to see.
Yeah, this does do fire rod damage.
Although the delay could be a bit tricky to work with, but Jam is handling it perfectly fine, finishing off with the Master Sword and gets rewarded with 10 arrows and a crystal.
Yeah, the delay is like the only real thing that the Ice Rod has in the Fire Rod. Fire Rod does have potential for double hits. It's a lot faster. It's a lot cooler. Of course, it's fire. But they're both good enough. Alright, Jam, are you going into Misery Mire or are you just checking checkerboard?
Another bottle holding green glue in the checkerboard cave. And meanwhile, Jan is opting to probably complete Skullwoods. First, he's gonna check out the big chest. Let's see if he wants to face Mothula with the Master Sword in hands. We'll be feeling probably much more comfortable right now.
Yeah, this is required. You might as well, in my opinion. One thing that Jan could have done, since they probably came here with the intention to complete Skullwoods, they could have started from the back. That's something I personally like. Obviously, you can check the front half if you like, and sometimes they'll be a lot faster. Sometimes you might just get the runaround. So starting from the back and seeing how many items you get back there can save you some time too. But both are valid in their way. Alright,
Yes.
yeah. Jam is back on Dark Death Mountain. This is the moment of truth, Kless.
Yep. Bow coming up? Or not.
Yeah, if Jam checks that, that will be amazing. If they don't check it, it's going to be catastrophic, I feel.
Yeah, that is true, because when is the next opportunity to come back here? With Turtle Rock being a pendant.
I think the next opportunity, if you don't check it now, would be after you checked everything else. And decide, okay, maybe there is something there. But it makes a lot of sense to just run there. You've got boots, you've got the mirror. Checking that, it's very simple. And you can also just hop down and do Spike Cave as well if you feel like it. It's not in the logic, but I mean, you could do that. Just have a ferry.
Oh, you're right about that. We haven't seen the kind of Burna or the cape yet.
Alright, just don't die along the way. Opting to mirror early, that's smart. So if you're in for Jan, this is really good for them.
And meanwhile, Janthegun heading into the Mothula fight with just 4.5 hearts, but I believe he has a fairy in the bottle, so he should be good.
Yep, also having another pot of magic makes it a lot faster. A lot safer. There we go. Knock those down.
Jam having his bow, he doesn't doubt a second, going straight into pod and probably, I'm sorry, Eastern Palace.
Yep. One small thing Jan has is that he's been here. He could go straight to the boss. Jam probably won't be able to do that since they're still looking for the fire rod. And getting that pet check. We know it's basically nothing at this point. Change of clothes, okay.
No upgrade on the pedestal.
That sucks. That's one of the items you don't want there. Not as bad as a required item, of course, but still, you would rather find that than have it forever be out of your reach. The ideal line for Jan right now, as far as the best thing that could happen to them, would be going to Mire now and checking what the medallion is there, and then going to Swamp Palace. Once they do that, they are in go mode.
Yeah, because after that they only have to pick up their bow and it's ready to go. And Tinker changing his clothes there to the Blue Mill.
Nice baby blue, I guess you would call that. Okay, so I don't believe that Jan has done the South Dark Shore. So if they go straight into Swamp Palace, that'll be really good. I really expect that's what they're going to do, and then after they complete that, they'll get their silvers.
Yeah, with all the intel they have, I think that's the most logical thing to do. And we find ether in the digging game. Unfortunately, we won't be putting that to use.
Thought you could sneak in A. Yeah, you got a race. Can't cheat, no cheat. I love that's the line. Okay, this is good for Jam as well, because this is Quake. So once they complete Swamp, they know they're in go mode for sure.
Ah, correct. Only thing is, they have to go to Swamp.
I kind of expect that's what they're going to be doing right now. They're going to turn in the blacksmith, get the chest, start heading south.
Yeah, it must be, because even if they head into up to the Mire area, they'll know that it's Bombo's locked, so then Swamp will be, yeah, not the only play, but the most logical play, I guess.
Yeah, it's usually really good to complete dungeons as they become available. Some of them you might want to put off for a bit. Ice Palace, of course, going that is very significantly faster. But the one good thing about clean dungeons is they're always going to be required. So it's much more efficient use of your time, in my opinion, just to go in there when you complete it, clear it out. If you get your items, great. If you don't, eh. Okay, we do have Gem coming in here to Mire. This is our other 5-6. Could put Gem in a good spot to get their Fire Rod if they go to check Pyramid Ferry and just continue up from there. They could mirror and get the Fire Rod, and that would be good mode for them. And another good thing for Jan is when they come into Mystery Mire, they can find the big key and just go to Vitreous. But it really depends on where the big key is. It can still be in a really obtuse place, so the benefit of that is uncertain right now.
Yeah, let's see if we get a vanilla big key chest here in on JamEvil side, and doing this torch room with the lamp. not really fun to do.
Yeah, not very. Sadly, the lamp does not shoot like a flamethrower through the blocks.
And Jan deciding to take the purple chest on a swim.
Yep, gonna go and grab these silver. Oh no. Luckily that doesn't sink, but it's gonna go grab this silver arrows, then probably flute to the dam and turn that in.
Yeah, vanilla big key on JamEvil's side.
It's always my least favorite location for that. Alright, this is important. Where are you going, Jan?
He's probably gonna pick up his bow. And I think both of our runners still really want to find the sword upgrade before heading to Ganon. But yeah, I guess both runners should be comfortable with just the silvers in hand.
Yeah, and this makes sense. I forget if there's an item in Eastern Palace for Jan still, but you're always gonna have to get this bow. Bow makes Mire significantly easier. You can opt to finish Eastern Palace as well before you do anything else if there's an item there. Maybe you can go mode Swamp.
Yeah, I believe the Cane of Burna was in Eastern Palace.
Okay, so... Okay, Jan will be checking out the Mire area. We'll know exactly what they need to do from here on out. And I do expect they'll probably do it in the order of Eastern and then Swamp. Don't just love the mirror. It's like, puzzles? No, I'm not solving puzzles, I'm just deleting stuff. Alright, this is really smart by Jan. May not seem like it makes much of a difference, but in certain circumstances, clearing Eastern Palace before going into Swamp can make all the difference, since he's only looking for the one item.
Yeah, if he finds Bombos here, which we know he won't, but he will be able to go mode Swamp, which is awesome. But he will find Bombos. Bombos was, I believe, in the back of Swamp, right?
You are correct. It's in the back, and the two chests at the bottom. So we'll see if Jan makes the same left side skip gamble that Jam did. I feel like in Jan's position, it's much more reasonable, since we're just looking for one item. But it's hard to say. If you skip it and come back in to check it, it's slower, obviously. But
Yep, and let's see what JamEvil is opting to do after this, because he has to find this fire rod somewhere.
I'm expecting, yeah, okay, so he's coming over here. He has both the 5 and 6 crystals. Or maybe he's just going to check Bombo's tablet first. But what I would expect him to do is grab that super bomb, go up to Pyramid, check the Pyramid Ledge, check the Pyramid Fairy, and if that's nothing, head up to Catfish, and then mirror over into the light world if you're still looking for stuff at that point, which is a very efficient, very nice route. One of the few ways that routing in Catfish becomes easy.
Jam? Where are you going? Or he didn't check... Ah, he didn't check the ledge south of Grove.
Yeah, just a few of these one-off locations.
Yeah, good to get that out of the way.
Yeah, potentially they could have saved this whole chunk of items for after, because the Pyramid Ferry, Catfish, Sora area route has more items, but checking this stuff isn't bad at all. Okay, so I just skipped all the south stuff, huh? So Jan does have an opportunity to catch up a little bit here.
Yeah, probably hoping to find this fire rod here so he can head straight to Skull Woods. Very convenient from here on, although we know that it's in Waterfall Fairy Cave.
This is close. They might hit go mode at similar times.
That is true. This could be very interesting indeed.
It's just really going to depend on if Jam goes to the waterfall area now. I would hate for them to go to Turtle Rock and try and find it there, because it's not there. But
yeah, that is a huge gamble.
Yeah, it does look like they're going to be checking the Pyramid Ferry, at least.
So yeah, let's see if we can get a synced go mode going on. So if you like what you're seeing, please make sure to give both of these runners a follow. They're doing both an amazing job.
Yeah, definitely. This race has been very close the entire time. And it's still really close. What Jam does after this is going to be very, very important.
Yep, and if he finds a sword upgrade here in the Pyramid Ferry Cave, his fights in GT will also be faster, because Jan will be in go mode without the sword upgrade, so I'm not sure if he's gonna check any other chest, but so far, no sword upgrade yet.
Yeah. Of course, one of those could be in GT, which would be a nice equalizer. Alright, Jan, are you gonna skip the left side? They are gonna skip.
He is.
Wow, this is gonna be like a synced go mode.
Wow, this is amazing. I think I've never seen a synced go mode before. I'm so excited for this. And ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, Jan is officially in go mode, as is JamEvil.
Not even 10 seconds apart for those two.
I'll pretty much call that sync go mode.
That's about as synced as it gets in this game, I would say. So in this situation, Jam does have an advantage because Skullwood's completing that is much faster than it's going to be than Jan completing Swamp and Mire. It's because the big key in Mire is in a very obtuse location. But we'll see. I mean, anything can happen. Jam might have an unfortunate death in GT. Maybe they despawn the tower. Who knows? Anything can happen at this point.
That is true, and we still have left side and right side in GT, so maybe we'll get a diversion there.
Yep. If Jam makes a bad choice, not bad choice, but the wrong choice from where the big key is, and Jan does not, that would be another potential point they can make up time.
Yep, and so far this has been a pretty fast seed. How do you think the runners are feeling at this moment? Do you think one is feeling behind and 1 hour and 10 minutes in?
If I'm Jan, I actually feel okay. He was a little bit slow finding the second glove upgrade, and he did dip into Eastern when it wasn't required. But I don't know. I would feel pretty confident in either one of these runners' shoes.
And Jan finishing Argus with the Fire Rod strats, and gets the Bloomerang and the Crystal, and is going to head straight for Mire.
Oh, this is the worst. And off the other side, say, I'm gonna stay in the spikes. Is that cool? No, it's not cool. JamEvil putting that, putting his foot down. It's like, no, you die now. That is all 7 crystals for Jam, though.
Yep, at this moment, Jan only 1 dungeon behind, and JamEvil will be going to the Ascend of Death Mountain, going to GT, so everybody's favorite guessing game is coming up, I guess. We have 22 chests in Ganon's Tower. Where do you think that big key will be hiding? Get your guesses in chat, and if you win, you will have all the honors today.
Yep, and if you don't win, plenty of races will be going on today. Maybe you'll get another chance to be right.
We still love you all.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely appreciate everybody coming out and enjoying these races with us. Alright, unfortunately for Jan, this big key is in a really mean spot. Probably the worst spot for it to be in go mode.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Alright, my personal guess, I'm gonna say it's gonna be on the torch. I'm feeling torch today.
I'm going for... let's see. I hope it's gonna be on the right side for Jan. I'm gonna guess number 18.
You're 18, alright.
So Jam entering Ganon's Tower at 1 hour and 15 minutes in. I would feel pretty good at this time. Let's hope he finds another sword upgrade in Ganon's Tower. That'll make him feel even better.
Yeah, 115 going to GT and this version of the randomizer is a really, really good time. The seed was pretty nice, I would say. Had things in pretty convenient locations, but Jam, what really helped them was just really good routing. They didn't have a lot of the knowledge that Jan had, and they just made up for it by having really good routing choices.
Yep, that is correct. Sometimes, however, Intel wins over routing, but yeah, we will see what Jan decides to do. If he goes for right side and Jam takes maybe a fall to Ganon, we could still have a very, very close race.
Yeah, Jam definitely has a pretty significant advantage at the moment, but it's never over until it's over.
That is very true. And I believe we're on chest number 9 right now.
Someone's counting, I'm sure. I just assume somebody's gonna be counting. I never count myself.
Okay.
Alright, Jam is opting to do the full left side here. This is not a bad decision when you're looking for a sword by any means. It's not the highest percentage of the chance to find the big key quickly, but if you're looking for a sword anyway, it's really not too bad. You could easily make up the time you spend checking a few extra chests with the sword upgrade. Just getting a lot of money though.
Or maybe right side has the other 2 sword upgrades and the big key. What would you think about that?
I don't know. I think that'd be pretty nice of the seed, just to put both of them right there at the end. We'll keep the male upgrade on pedestal, but you can have all the swords.
That sounds fair. Jan making quick work of Vitreous there, also going to make his ascent up to Death Mountain and going straight to GT. Let's see.
And so far, we have not found the big key. Depending on how Jan decides to route GT and where the big key actually ends up being, this could get really close again.
Yeah, what if it's in Tile Room and Jan decides to make the gamble to go straight for Tile Room?
Well, then Jan is crazy.
You never know.
Jan is crazy who does that. You never know, though. I mean, some players, they will do crazy stuff sometimes.
Yeah, but he must feel good at 1 hour and 20 minutes still.
Alright, well,
It's
the
gonna
key
be
was
right
not-
side.
Yep. It's gonna be somewhere over here. Tile room would be the worst location for Jan.
Yeah.
Unless he is crazy, of course, but Alright, Jan's taking a bit of an interesting route. up here. I don't think I've really seen people come up the mountain this way to get to GT. Sometimes they do, but... It'd be really nice if there's a staircase there, so you can just walk up.
Oh yeah, but either way, there's still some dead rocks awaiting him.
Yeah, dead rocks are very, very annoying enemies.
So here we go. Last 4 chests on the right side, and then it's gonna be tile room. There's a map. And there's a piece of heart. And there it is!
Okay, well... If Jan goes straight to the right side, they will not be that far behind Jan. We still have a race if Jan goes right side first.
Yeah, I'm really hoping to see that. So yeah, the correct answer to your GT Big Key guessing game is 21. If you guessed 21, you're correct. And you are cool. But everyone else is cool as well. Love you all. So let's send all our energy to Jan, so he goes right side.
I would really like to see that. That's the play I'm more keen to myself. Is if I get a small key. Usually I'll go right side. If I peel behind, maybe I'll go left side.
Yeah, that is true. The small key might push him to the right side. Let's see.
Alright, he is heading this way. It's just gonna be a question, will he check the first 2 or will he go all the way?
And JamEvil entering the gauntlet.
Okay, this is good.
He's going for it. He's going for it.
Alright, this is the best case scenario for Jan. They're gonna get their big key right away. And then it's just gonna come down to execution in the gauntlet. If anybody takes falls, either to Moldorm 2 or Ganon. The lead could shift very quickly.
This is definitely still a race.
Oh
There
no.
he goes.
Oh no, don't go upstairs. Do not go upstairs.
Oh,
no.
He doesn't have a key.
That... Maybe there's one upstairs and he gets saved that way, but... That's...
Wow, chances are slim.
I mean, we probably know if there's a key up there or not at this point, because we've seen pretty much every chest downstairs. So maybe Jan gets saved despite that. For anybody who doesn't know, when you come up to GT, when you go upstairs with the big key, you need at least one small key to guarantee that you'll be able to get all the way to Aghanim 2. If you don't have the small key, there is a chance that you will just get locked out right before Moldorm 2. So always make sure you have a small key when you're going up.
And we're gonna see 3 of the remaining chests quite in a bit, but JamEvil taking a fall there in the torch room, having to pick up this magic container.
Small mistake. Just happens sometimes. Not a big deal.
Big for Jan, though. And there's half magic. not a bad pickup. Let's see. The other chest, 100 rupees. There's one more chest remaining that could have a small key. So let's hope for Jan that this chest is holding the small key. Oh, unfortunately, only a piece of heart.
Well, I guarantee you, the plus side, Jan will never make this mistake again.
Oh yeah, this is definitely something to learn from, but it's so unfortunate.
It is, it really is. I feel really bad.
Oh yeah, same here. Like, I wonder what he's gonna say at the interview. Oh wow.
Alright, meanwhile, Aghanim 2.
I think he got one hit in.
These patterns aren't the best. It is at least getting one hit. This one's pretty good. Oh, got the blue ball.
And down goes Aghanim 2. We're almost at the big blue pig. I think I smell some barbecue.
Yeah. Master Sword, Ganon, isn't too bad when you have Silverus. When you don't have Silverus, this is a nightmare. But with Silverus, it's okay. If you get some good patterns, it can be very easy. Of course, you can only get damage Ganon with the Master Sword by using spin attacks, which is why it's such a problem.
Yeah, fortunately, he picked up the half magic, and he has a cape at his disposal, so he'll be fine. And getting some nice spins in there.
Yeah, whenever you can slip in between Ganon and the wall, you can get some nice double hits in, so that's ideal. This is a really good position here.
In the corner there, that's the best position, I guess.
Yeah, and phase 2, it's more significant because the bats can't actually hit you. Oh, Jam taking an unfortunate death. Let's have a fairy, though.
Jan, meanwhile, picking up his key and making the ascent again.
Yeah, I mean, we've all forgotten a key at least once when you play random. It happens to everybody at least once.
Oh yeah. Gem on 4 hearts. I don't believe he has another fairy or a blue potion.
I am not certain. Playing it very safe, so I would assume not. Down to 1 heart.
Oh, down to 1 heart. This could be close. Maybe he forgot to use the cape, or he wants to save all his magic to activate the torches?
Maybe. With half magic, you can use cape in this fight pretty generously and still have enough magic. Does take a death, though. Does have another fairy.
Oh wow! I didn't catch that. Oh right, he might have caught a fairy using the bug net. I think I remember he did.
People laugh at me when I say Bugnet is the best time in the game. Who is laughing now?
Bugnet made me win the game. But it's still not over yet.
Still not quite over yet, yeah.
There we go, getting into phase 4, getting his first silver arrow hit in, getting the torch glitch as well. This will probably be over. Let's see if he can get a double right now, or a triple even. And there...
So close to that triple.
And Ganon down for JamEvil, waiting till the bridge appears, and waiting for his win.
Yeah, that was very well played by Jam. Jan was in it all the way. Sadly, that last mistake, missing the small key, we're gonna be a bit behind, but it was a really close race the entire way, so I wouldn't feel too bad about that.
Oh yeah, and personally, I really liked Jan's play, collecting all the intel early on. Yeah, it didn't give him the win, but still, I think both of these runners did an amazing job, and I can't blame their decisions at all. GG's to JamEvil for winning.
Yeah, in some ways, Jam did get a little lucky. Not a whole lot lucky, but a little lucky that the intel didn't pay off more. But again, the routing on Jam was fantastic. That just made that advantage that Jan had not that important. We'll see if we can get Jam in here for an interview. I don't actually have the race room open, so I can't talk to him. I guess I could use the chat channel.
And for Jam, Bugned saved his day.
It did. If Jan hadn't forgotten the small key, and Jam died there without the fairy, Jan probably wins that game.
Oh yeah, this was so close.
Alright, I see Jam. I'm gonna pull him in here for an interview. Hello, Jam. GG. Congrats on your win.
Hey,
GG.
Thanks, everyone.
Alright, how you feeling after that?
Oh, it was good. It was nice and easy. Everything was just given to you in this one, right off the bat. I had to find the bow and the fire rod, and that was it. Everything else was just there. It was cool. It's probably the easiest seed I've ever played.
Yeah, it was pretty generous. Nothing required in any pendant dungeons, which is, I would say, rare for this version of the logic.
So Jam, one question from my side. How did you feel about having the Bugned?
Oh, I love the bug net. Get those extra fairies. If I didn't have those, fighting Ganon would have been absolutely treacherous for me at my skill level. I'm able to take him out, as you saw, but not as quickly as I'd like to. And having those extra fairies as backup definitely helped out.
Yeah, they did save you that, I would say.
That's for sure, yeah.
Yeah, because Jan was actually really close, but unfortunately he forgot to bring a small key up into Ganon's tower, so he ascended once for basically nothing, being only disappointed, and he's at Moldham right now.
Oh wow, yeah, it's really close. That's awesome. Yeah, this seed, like I said, was very generous. As long as you played it smart, you were able to find everything. Yeah, it didn't do any like pendant dungeon diving. The logic didn't seem like it wanted you to go into dungeons, you know, that early. At least the pendant dungeons. So I kind of like stayed away from that and just did mostly overworld stuff. Checking the ether tablet when I did was spot on. I was so lucky to find the bow there at the time I did, and I thought that was the play right there, the play of the day.
Yeah,
it was. And interesting fact, Jan had that intel all along. I think he checked ether tablet right away when he was up onto Death Mountain clearing Hera for the first time, and you didn't.
Oh yeah, I didn't have the Master Sword at that point, so I was unable to even check it, even if I wanted to.
pick it up. But you had the book in hand, so you could have checked what it was.
Oh yeah, you could read what it was. That's cool. You know what? I didn't know that. I'm pretty new to the whole randomizer, Link to the Past randomizer scene. I've been playing casually for about a year now, not really racing it at all, and I don't really watch races or anything, so I kind of just been picking up things here and there, and mostly everything that I do was just basically me playing the game and not focusing on what other people do. So that's one thing that slipped by me because I just don't watch the game. So it felt good though. Thank you for that tidbit. That should help out.
Well, you're very welcome, but I think you did some very, very good routing this seed, and your execution was quite on point as well. If you say like you're relatively new to the scene and only have been playing casually, 1 hour and 30 minutes. I think you did a great job, man.
Yeah, I have a lot of background in Zelda 1 randomizer, Zelda 2 randomizer, and I am a Zelda speedrunner just in general. I just haven't been doing Link to the Past too much, so that kind of translates over the whole logic and routing and thinking on the fly. It doesn't matter what randomizer you're playing. Once you're in that mentality, you can perform pretty well. So.
Yeah, you completely went with the flow and was really enjoying to see that.
Thank you.
Yeah, your routing definitely nullified the advantage that Jan had with the knowledge that they had. We were a bit worried for you because the bow, we knew what that was the whole time, and we were just wondering if you would ever get back up there, and you did, and you got to Dark Death Mountain, which
if I have a chance at Hookshot Cave, I try to go up there and do anything else like either Spike Cave or Ether Tablet while I'm up there. So that just kind of worked into everything, getting those Titans mids at that point. And instead of going into Mire, I chose to go up to Dark Death Mountain, and that worked out well.
It certainly did. Also, we didn't mention the Pyramid Fairy into the Catfish check, which I thought was also a really, really good routing choice. You had a lot of items in that line, and that just paid off for you since Fire Dog is in the Waterfall of Wishing.
Yeah, and that would have played right into going to what is it, King's Tomb, Zora and King's Tomb and the Bach Cave. I didn't do any of that, checking the Cape Ledge and checking what Aghanim's item was. That was going to be the whole line if I didn't find the Fire Rod along the way, and that's for me, that seems to have a nice flow to it. You are doing a few extra screens here and there. It's probably better to route those things by Sanctuary from Kakariko, but I didn't think I was going back there unless I had the Fire Rod, so it worked out.
Yeah, I can't really find anything to critique in your routing, of course, and you did win, so yeah. We do have Jan on Ganon now. So you move up 1-0, Swiss. How you feeling? How you feeling about your chances in the tournament?
Good. I mean, it's going to be half the player pool now. It's 256 people, all with 1-0. So definitely going to be some treacherous matchups in there, and probably some even ones for me. And I'm looking forward to either way. If I get schooled in one of these matches, I'm going to get to go back and watch it and learn something and improve my gameplay. So I always look at it as a positive outcome. So bring me the toughest opponent, and I will at least take something away from it.
All right, Jam can be playing Andy next round. Good luck.
I'm okay. Yeah, I got to practice my hovers, right?
But yeah, that's a very good, excellent attitude to have going into these tournaments. Trying to treat it as a learning experience in the worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jan is on the final phase. It's a silver arrow shot.
I totally forgot during that Ganon fight that you had to use spin attacks.
Yeah, Ganon, despite the Master being the Sword of Evil's Bane, Ganon doesn't really care unless you're spinning around with it. We did see you checking the chests as you climbed, hoping for that tempered sword. No, Jan taking a fall.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, I imagine Jan's probably feeling a little bit tilted after that small key mistake, which is totally understandable.
Oh yeah.
Looks like they will be just going to restock their potions. Just wants to get this out of the way. Alright, come back up here. Very well stocked for this fight. Unfortunately, Jan did not get the magic cape since they did not go with the left side. Otherwise, that would make the fight a little bit easier for them. Kane and Berna has the downside of not being able to spin attacks, and when your sword can only damage again with spin attacks, it's pretty useless. It should be going to phase 2 now.
Yeah, I got another double hit in. And there we are, phase 2. Come on, Jan, you can do this. Yeah, the red mail being on the pedestal, it's not the nicest thing in the world. Yep, and only 11 hearts as well. And some nice cane use to avoid those fire bats.
Yep, the cane will lag this fight like crazy, but if it's your only invincibility option, you can't be picky.
Yeah, better play it safe than sorry. I totally agree with this play.
Yep, we are in phase 3 now.
Decides to get the torch glitch at all costs.
Yeah, it's not as necessary when you have the silver arrows, but I always like to get it if I can.
And there's hit number 2. Nice! Oh, it was 3 already. And down goes the big full take for Jan.
Alright.
And coming into the Triforce room at about 1 hour and 45 minutes. GG's to Jan.
Jan gave a really good race. Had a few unfortunate setbacks, but overall, they kept this race really close right up to the end.
Oh yeah, the on-sync go mode was so nice, and his gamble, well, not a gamble, but his choice for the Ganon's Tower right side.
Okay, it looks like Jan will be joining us here in just a second. Get him in here so you two can have a chat. Ask him some questions.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello there, GG's.
GG's. Yeah. I mean, it's okay to forget a key, but then on the top of the Ganon Tower, there wasn't one, and I feel fuck.
Oh man, yeah, that happens. It was so close, but still, you made some amazing plays. You collected some very valuable intel, and it was really exciting to watch you play.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, dying in the beginning and then dying in the end.
Oh yeah, that was unfortunate, but you kept going, and you showed us that you could do it, no problems. And there were some really cool burnout strats, avoiding those fire bats.
Yeah. That's my first time I use burner in this fight with a level 2 sword.
So yeah, did you practice any Master Sword Silver Ganon?
Yeah, but not that much, because mostly I got a level 3 sword. Well, yeah. Or I got the cape. But without those two, it's really hard.
We did find Kate that was unfortunately in the wrong side.
Okay.
But for the majority of that race, it was actually really close. You had a lot of intel over Jam.
Okay.
You knew where the bow was. That they did not check that at the
No.
time. We know now that was because they thought they could not actually check the tablets with just the fighter sword. So Jam learning something new today.
Sure did.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, it was really close. Even when you went into GT, that missing that small key was just the worst. We saw you go up there without it, and we were hoping and praying there was going to be one as you climbed.
Yeah. When I got to the torches, I found out that I missed this key, and I thought, oh my god, please, there must be a key, but yeah. Unfortunately, there wasn't. But half magic.
Half magic's nice, yeah. Would have been great if you got that cave to go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you both entered Go mode at almost the exact same time. You picking up the bombos in Swamp, and JamEvil picking up that Fire Rod. How did you feel getting Go mode like relatively early?
Yeah, it was really exciting because it was a really fast seed. I mean, I not even touched any of the pendants, and yeah, that was crazy. I almost skipped Hype Cave, but I thought, okay, I have to get these silvers because level 2 sword, silverless without cape, I don't want, and without half magic. I don't want to do that, and yeah.
Yeah, when the silvers are in a really accessible spot like that, it's definitely worth the time to pick them up because the time they save you in the long run is so much more than the time you spend getting them.
But if I had found the level 3 sword, I wouldn't have gotten to them. Or I wouldn't have picked them up.
Oh, that's surprising.
That is because the silvers made you kill Vitreous really fast.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just something to keep in mind in the future, I guess. Jam did not find the level 3 sword either. They did the full left side, no sword there. Full right side, no sword there. So we don't know where the swords were.
Probably Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know you just lost, but how are you feeling going into the next round, Swiss? Are you hoping to get a win there, start to come back? What do you think your chances are?
Yeah, hopefully I don't fall again in the Ganon fight, because that sucks. But yeah, was my first race, and yeah.
Yeah, and you really did give us a really, really good race all the way up to the end. So I would not feel too bad about that.
Yeah.
So any things you're going to do different in your next race?
Maybe don't die, but no, I think my routing was okay. The death in the beginning was unfortunately I totally lost the red with the key.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Bomb's escape is, well, not really fun to do, to be honest.
No.
But still, I don't think you made any decision that was regrettable. So I think you should really continue your play like this. And only the GT, you learned a lot, right? And don't forget the small key.
Yeah. Don't forget the key.
All right. Well, do you two have any final thoughts? Any final comments?
Nope, thank you, and good games.
Yeah, GG's.
All right. Thank you both. If you guys liked what you saw, definitely give both these guys a follow. They gave us an amazing race, and I look forward to seeing how they do in the future. Make sure you give all of our speech gaming channels, 1 through 6, and ALTTP Randomizer channels a follow. We will be bringing you more great action, and it only gets better from here. I want to say thank you to our tracker. Who was our tracker? Our tracker was Spiffers the Grand. Definitely doing a lot of work behind the scenes. Tracker's such a thankless job, so thank you very much for stepping in and doing that. And thank you very much to Klaus Hayabusa for co-commentating with me today.
Yeah, thank you too, Molly. I had a lot of fun commentating today with you. Thank you to the runners. Thank you to the trackers. And if you like A Link to the Past Randomizer, there's still a lot of races going on at this moment, probably at the other Speed Gaming or ALTTPR channels. And this tournament has just started, so you're in for a treat. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.
Have a great day, everybody.